This is week 12 and the ELA W pre-lesson deliverable. The week breakdown is Monday independent reading, last chance for students to take AR quizzes. I'm not going to tell them no if they want to take a quiz on Tuesday or Wednesday, but I'm going to say that we need to be done by Monday. Tuesday, we will make our final edits and revisions to our argumentative paragraph. I need to look back at the Megan Meyer paragraphs because the students are supposed to be given a choice, but by and large, the Lori Drew paragraphs are much better across the board. So I'm really going to encourage students to take that paragraph that some of them still haven't quite finished and go through an argumentative paragraph checklist that I'll go over in just a second. That's what I'm going to discuss as this pre-lesson deliverable. Then Wednesday, we're going to do a lot of review for the grammar quiz on conjunctions, review fanboys, review periods at the ends of sentences, capitalization at the beginning of sentences, commas where they need to go. And if we have time after the quiz, again, we may open it up to maybe one last moment of independent reading and then also paragraph editing. But that's definitely the last time that they get to do that. Thursday, we're going on the field trip, and then Friday, we are going to have a writing seminar where we celebrate each other's paragraphs. So students will get the opportunity to speak in front of the class. We're going to do our best to make it look like I'll get something like a podium, and I want to create like a college lecture situation where I guess I want the field to be a little more like a book signing where an author comes and speaks about their work for a little while. And students will read their Lori Drew paragraphs, and I might even bring in some snacks for that day because I just want the mood to be celebratory. That's the week. Let's return to Tuesday when students are going to be revising their paragraphs. So we look at our revision 3-step process, and we say step 1 is read your argumentative paragraph to yourself. I know that you've been doing this. This is not something new, but I'm telling you, professional authors, they spend months and months reading the same work over and over again, tweaking it, making it different, thinking of new creative ideas, or just catching mistakes that they didn't catch the first 5 times. I know I do that. Step 2, if you find a mistake or someone else gives you feedback about an error, ask yourself, what do I have to change to fix this mistake? Each class is probably going to have a few students that get to the point of peer revision, so they'll be using their checklist not only for their own work, but to read someone else's. And then step 3 is to read and complete the checklist, make changes as needed. So let's look at the checklist and notice the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different questions. Let's go through those first. So question 1, do you have an opinion statement? It's also called a claim. If yes, then highlight the opinion statement and insert the comment opinion statement. So this is us going through our work and highlighting it. I'll demonstrate on the board how you highlight a sentence. If no, then you should do this. Write an opinion statement to respond to the prompt. We're all beyond that. We all have claim statements at this point. So do you have at least one reason to support your opinion statement? If so, highlight the reason and insert the comment reason. So you're leaving comments on your own work. Are there 2 pieces of evidence? Highlight each piece of evidence and insert the comments evidence 1 and evidence 2. This should be a very simple process once you get the hang of it. Then ask yourself, does the evidence match the reason? Do they have the same topic? Next to where you wrote evidence 1 and evidence 2 in comments, write the common topic the evidence and reasons share. For example, evidence 1, knowledge of depression. Evidence 2, knowledge of suicide attempts. Those are connected. And next you want to ask yourself, did you explain each piece of evidence? Highlight your explanation and insert the comments explanation 1 and explanation 2. And did you capitalize the first letter of every sentence and the first letter of every name? We have struggled with that, but you've all gotten a lot of feedback about that already, so hopefully the problem is fixed. Are there complete sentences? If so, that's great. If not, fix them. Did you use at least 2 transitional phrases? And we've been going over those, so that should not be an issue. If you go through this checklist and highlight each of your different types of sentences and leave the correct comments, you're probably, one, going to find a couple of things that you might want to fix. Two, realize that, wait a second, I didn't include something, I need to add on to it. And if you go through and you're satisfied with all of your work and it has all of the proper comments, then you may work with a partner. Ms. Pappas or myself will match you up, and you will do the same thing for theirs, reading through each type of sentence, because we're labeling here, and leave them feedback as to whether or not you think they were successful in attempting the proper structure of the paragraph.